Shocking moment at the airport during a confrontation as Rico Verhoeven suddenly pushes Oleksandr Usyk, turning a verbal exchange into physical tension. Usyk stays calm while Rico steps in aggressively, and security quickly moves between them. The situation escalates fast, leaving fans stunned at this unexpected attack during a face-to-face encounter.
For me, it's my discipline, my work first. I not think about Rico, greedy belly, Dubois, but I have time.
Oleksandr Usyk stays locked in on preparation despite the chaos surrounding Rico Verhoeven's airport confrontation. While Rico is trying to create noise and intimidation, Usyk is focused on studying styles and adjusting his training for a dangerous kickboxing crossover threat. This calm approach shows why Usyk is so hard to break mentally. He does not get dragged into drama. He stays focused on execution and trusting his team to handle every detail for the fight ahead.
And we prepare this. Yes, it's another different style, but we have not more, but video. One fight Rico in boxing fight, yeah. But we look kickboxing fights. But my team help me, my coach, my team prepare.
Frank Warren reacts to the airport confrontation between Rico Verhoeven and Oleksandr Usyk, calling it bad for boxing. He makes it clear that incidents like a physical push outside the ring damage the sport's image and shift focus from competition to controversy, which nobody in boxing truly wants to see.
Any more of it, that's for sure, and everybody wants to show some respect to each other, and let's see the fight where it should happen, in the ring on Saturday night.
Rico Verhoeven is trying to convince everyone that he brings a completely new threat into boxing for Oleksandr Usyk. But in reality, this confidence feels overstated because Usyk has already handled multiple elite styles at the highest level. This looks more like hype building than a real technical advantage inside the ring.
I think I'll beat you is because I'm bringing something different to the table that you haven't seen before. You've seen everything there is in the sport of boxing.
After the fight, he may apologise and say, look, I went too far, I shouldn't have said that. But he needed to get a response from Anthony Joshua and get him into a certain mindset.
But he's going to be dangerous. Like, all the attributes that he has, they still exist, regardless of his mental state. But I see a kid in pain, you know? I've got to be honest with you, like, I don't see how people around him can be looking at his behaviour and being comfortable.
Rico Verhoeven just crossed the line. We're talking psychological warfare that went way too personal. And now the entire boxing world is questioning if this kickboxing legend can handle the mental pressure that comes with facing Oleksandr Usyk.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in. I like Rico Verhoeven, sparred him, know him, nice fella, very good kickboxer, one of the best of all time, but he's not a boxer. If he wants to fight,
can he box?
Yeah, he can box. He's a very good boxer, but he shouldn't be boxing the best heavyweight in the world. If he wants to do it as an exhibition, go and do it. I'm not interested in Usyk Verhoeven, just for the simple.
Here's what nobody's talking about. While Rico's throwing personal attacks and losing his composure, Usyk is sitting back completely calm. That mental edge, it's already decided before they even step in the ring.
What I believe is that the puzzle of boxing, Oleksandr solves multiple times. Too many times already. And I think this is a puzzle he hasn't solved yet. So I'm gonna bring kickboxing angles, bring a different type of puzzle. And like I said, I'm a big unit. I'm like 125 kilos. So this is something.
But here's where it gets interesting. Rico still carries serious danger with those physical attributes. The guy's a kickboxing monster. But against Usyk, that danger fades fast because Usyk breaks fighters mentally before he even touches them.
Have a look at Oleksandr, what he's done. He's wiped the floor with everybody. He's established himself at the top there. So now you look at him and you'll think financially, will he be in a better position than Tyson Fury? No, not in my opinion. Anthony Joshua? No, not in my opinion. The big money fights aren't out there for him, so he's got to do something. He's got to put himself in a position where he's got to win, because he's proved he's top draw. So in this fight here, I think it creates interest, intrigue. I'm quite sure there's a healthy pay packet at the end of it.
Dave Allen just said what everyone's thinking. Rico's kickboxing legacy is undeniable, but elite boxing, that's a completely different world. Years of ring IQ, defensive mastery, championship-level timing, Rico hasn't proven that against top heavyweight opposition.
But he's going to be dangerous. Like, all the attributes that he has, they still exist, regardless of his mental state. But I see a kid in pain, you know? I've got to be honest with you, like, I don't see how people around him can be looking at his behaviour and being comfortable.
Listen to this part. Rico thinks he's some new puzzle that Usyk can't solve, but Usyk has adapted to every elite style thrown at him. Physical advantages, boxing experience at Usyk's level usually neutralizes all of that.
Oleksandr Usyk is the Rico Verhoeven in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he's been dominating for so long and in such phenomenal fashion. So I was like, wow, if we could do this.
And get this, Johnny Nelson explains that Usyk has already conquered the division. These fights are more about business than legacy risk now. That's exactly why this Rico clash is happening, but Rico's stepping into a proven champion's world.
Kickboxing for a long time and not really done much in boxing at all to warrant a shot at Oleksandr Usyk when there's a queue so big. And indeed. You know what I mean? And that's the most important thing. The people who are sitting waiting for their shot in line are going to be fuming over this. Some would say, to counter that argument, Usyk's probably earned the right to have an easier one.
Here's the kicker. Usyk is speaking like a man who's seen every storm in boxing and still stands untouched. While Rico feeds on noise and intimidation, Usyk keeps it clinical and disciplined. That's why he's so dangerous.
Oleksandr Usyk steps in and will take on one of the greatest kickboxers of all time. I'm actually quite a big kickboxing fan, so I know quite a lot about him. I've watched a few of his fights over the years. They used to call him the Prince of Kickboxing, and then he elevated to the King of Kickboxing. I mean, he's a very, very, very good kickboxer who's got decent hands.
But wait, it gets worse for Rico. There's a massive gap between confidence and reality here. Usyk proved himself at boxing's highest level. Rico talking about puzzles sounds ambitious, but words don't solve championship-level boxing.
Kid's had one bout as a professional boxer. You go, so, you know, how can he jump the queue and box Oleksandr Usyk for the WBC title? To me, that doesn't make any sense at all, and I think it makes a mockery, again, of the WBC.
Now here's where the controversy explodes. Many feel Rico hasn't earned a direct shot at Usyk. Rankings should matter, right? But Usyk's earned the right to choose his path after dominating the division completely.
You know, Rico wanted the fight, you know, Usyk wanted it. They said both of them, yeah, listen, both ultimate fighting men, aren't they? So fights like this are not going to be.
Hold up, even experts respecting Rico's kickboxing background are hesitating about his boxing fundamentals. Usyk handles elite pressure for years. Boxing at his level demands precision and ring IQ that can't be borrowed from another sport.
Is the real kickboxing king, a heavyweight undisputed champion that's reigned for 12 years plus, you know, at the top. So he's fought everybody. So now, you know, he's had every kind of challenge, you know, he's come through that, and with him being around me in boxing as well for so long, and knowing that
This is the harsh reality check. Rico simply hasn't earned the right to jump straight into a world title shot. Usyk climbed every step and fought the best. Rico's being fast-tracked, and that's why frustration is growing.
And I can see how the monetization vehicle of this works, but Usyk wouldn't be doing this unless there's a reason for it. There must be a motivation behind it. It must be some form of derivative as to what happened between the various disciplines crossing over with Ngannou.
Peter Fury confirms what fans suspected. This fight is driven by ego and opportunity from both sides. But here's the difference. Usyk earned his position through elite boxing victories, while Rico's still proving himself in a new sport.
And he's kind of earned the right to do what you want, but I at least expected it to be some sort of active boxer, someone of some, not to say, I don't actually know much about Van Hoeven in terms of a kickboxer, of what his quality level is, but what I'm saying is I expected it to be someone of a decent caliber of a professional boxer, but if it's not, then fine. Look, do your thing, do you, and hopefully he returns to actual professional boxing against some of the top elite.
And here's the business angle nobody wants to admit. Simon Jordan points out this isn't just about sport, it's global attention and crossover appeal. Usyk doesn't take meaningless risks, so there's clear strategy behind accepting this fight.
In fact, I think the fight is going to be a fun one. I think Usyk's probably going to wash Rico, but hey, you never know. Francis walked in there, knocked down Tyson, jiggled his balls in his face, and ended up almost beating him. So yeah, I'll watch this. It's an entertainment fight. It's a crossover fight. And while I think that Oleksandr Usyk has bigger fish to fry in the heavyweight division, when KBL is a man.
So there you have it. Rico's a kickboxing legend stepping into Usyk's proven championship world. This isn't just about one crossover fight. This is about whether physical advantages can overcome years of elite boxing mastery and mental warfare. Honestly, the gap between kickboxing dominance and championship boxing might be bigger than Rico realizes. So here's my question, drop it in the comments. Can Rico's size and aggression overcome Usyk's technical mastery, or is this just entertainment disguised as competition? If this breakdown opened your eyes to what's really happening, smash that like button and subscribe because this heavyweight division is about to get wild.
This is a joke. This is nothing but a gimmick fight, and it's even more shameless considering the fact, one, it's on pay-per-view, and two, it's for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Does Rico Verhoeven, with his one win over a decade ago against the guy who was 0-5, deserve a world title shot? Answers on a postcard. Can you play the recorder? No. That's the answer. This is shocking. Shocking stuff from Oleksandr Usyk. This is Oleksandr Usyk picking money over legacy.
It's going to be Verhoeven's second professional boxing match. But guys, Verhoeven is 6'5", 270. And he is like the dominant champion in kickboxing. I used to watch kickboxing all the time. Growing up, if there was no boxing on TV way before the UFC, they'd like ESPN to have kickboxing on. I used to watch it, right? Chris, you have fought. Now look, it is not boxing.